Hello and welcome back to my channel. We are doing a little bit of everything today. We are going to get a couple loads of towels done, wash, dry, and fold, get my sheets and comforter washed and get some clean sheets and a clean comforter onto my bed, vacuum my room. Then we are going to get into the kitchen, put away some dishes and then wash some dishes. Lastly, we are going to put some pictures into some new frames that I bought. So if you're ready to get it all done and clean with me, please keep watching and don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Thank you. Starting things off here in the laundry room, I don't like when this basket starts to get full. It becomes an eyesore for me because we walk through here a lot every day. One good thing about washing the towels is that you don't have to worry about having to hang anything to dry. They go straight into the dryer. And I will say, ever since Mike cleaned out the dryer vent or duct or whatever it's called, I've done a couple loads now of towels and I've only had to run the dryer one time. And they are dry, as opposed to having to run it twice to get them completely dry. So I guess him doing that helped with that. Also, does anyone else have disappearing towels? I feel like I had a nice stack of them for the kitchen, and either we're going through them quickly in the kitchen or they're disappearing. I don't think we are going through them quickly because when I threw a load in yesterday, there were not that many hand towels, but we will see when I get them out of the dryer and fold them and see how many I have.
We were sparks on quiet streets, two hearts finding where to meet. But life pulled us apart, left me talking to the dark. If I called you tonight, would it feel the same? Or have we both moved on to different names? Take me back to the start, before the quiet and the scars, when the world felt small and your head up since 3, scrolling back where we used to be. Half truths in this late night chat, both of us knowing what a life at.
Moving on to the bedroom, I am just going to get these sheets into the washer and get clean sheets onto here and then vacuum in here. It has been long overdue. Most of the time I don't wait to film something. Usually I will just get it done because in my mind there is always something to clean and do. So regardless, I feel like there's always content. It's just a matter of me being in the mood to set up the tripod and record. But for these sheets, I will admit I did keep putting it off so I can film it. But anyways, my aunt watches my kids from time to time whenever we want or need a date night. And she always has all sorts of stuff on hand for the kids to do. Because it's not just my kids. My brothers and myself combined have 7 kids total. And my little one always loves to paint when he goes to her house. And I had bought a Crayola pack of paint a while back at Walmart. And most of them are running out. So we have used it up. I didn't think this day would come, but here we are. You know, it's just one of those things that you think you'll never run out of, but you do. I was able to buy some paint from Dollar Tree. My aunt is always telling me that that's where she buys her paint for crafting. So since we ran out, I was finally able to give Dollar Tree a try, and so far so good. We went and they had a bunch of colors, but now that everything at Dollar Tree is what, $1.50, $1.75 now, I did end up spending about $10 to $12, but it's okay because now we should be good for another while on craft paint.
Funny how we talk like we're fine, but your name still lives in my rhyme. Take me back to the start, before the quiet and the sky. only for a moment. If only for a moment, take me.
I know, you're probably thinking, why is she vacuuming her headboard? But there was actually dust coming up from it, and then dust always gets on the top of it. But I usually use a lint brush to get that off. But I figured today I'll just use the vacuum. And I think I've tried the handheld on here before, but the suction was bad. So I don't know if I didn't clean out the filter that day or what. And this hose works really good when the filter is cleaned out. I want to say at the beginning when we first bought this vacuum, a big old dust ball got clogged in the vacuum's hose. It was so weird because, like I said, we had just bought it and I guess we had used it a bunch and we probably weren't emptying the filter quick enough. One time I went to use the hose and the suction was just non existent. So I took a flashlight and saw that there was a big old ball of dust. It was so weird. I ended up having to take the attachment that is not supposed to come off the end of the hose just so I can squeeze the hose all together, kind of like an accordion, and had to poke out the ball with a chopstick. I know, weird story. And honestly, when I first noticed it, I did not take it out right away. I probably did not. And like I was telling you, poking it out with the chopstick, I think it took me like months to do just because I had to find time to do it because that whole process did take me a good 20 to 30 minutes.
Back to the start, before the quiet and the scars. When the world felt small and your hands felt warm, take me back to the start, if only for a moment.
Yeah, so I couldn't use the vacuum's hose for a while since that ball was stuck in there, and it kind of made me mad because we had just bought it and I couldn't even use it to its full extent. But let me tell you, after I got that dust ball out, the suction was so good. But yeah, it was just weird how that huge dust ball even formed. But anywho, with all these springtime refreshes and spring cleaning, I did have to buy a new rug for outside my front door. I had a black and white buffalo check one for a few years now from Hobby Lobby, and of course the little brown mat that says home. But I did not do good keeping up with cleaning the buffalo check rug, so it is a hot mess. We did keep it. I'm using it for under some outdoor furniture we have, but I do want to pressure wash it. I don't want it to go into my actual washing machine because it is so dirty and I don't want to get my washer that dirty. Because I know that's what washers are for, but it is just too dirty. I did end up buying a new brown mat as well that says home, but it is different than the last one. So now that one that was in the front is now at our back door. But the only thing I was kind of upset about is that Hobby Lobby did not have the black and white check rug. To be honest, I know it's played out, but I still like it and it's kind of universal to me. So I had to pick from what they had because don't get me wrong, I do love shopping and being out and about, but sometimes it does get tiring and it does set me back from doing things at home that need to get done. So I did end up picking one from the selection they had just to avoid going to another store for something that I might not even find or like. I feel like Hobby Lobby used to have a bigger selection. I could be wrong. The one I have now is like a light brown, white, and black, but the majority of it is the white and light brown. I like it. It's really pretty, but the only thing is I am going to have to keep up with keeping it clean since it is super light colored. I've made it a point to bring it in the garage whenever it rains or when they come to cut the grass, and it's been holding up good so far. So I have that rug and then the brown mat on top of the nice rug. Now I'm going to get these sheets into the dryer and then my large comforter into the washer. So lately, I haven't been watching any shows. I watch and listen to a lot of YouTube, but honestly, sometimes I need a break from it. I love it and I have my favorite YouTubers, but here lately, I've just needed a break from it just for a couple of days. I've been watching my show, The Middle, on Peacock, and then this past weekend, Mike had to take our oldest to an event, actually to a couple of events. So they were gone all day and I was home with our little one. And this park nearby was doing an Easter event and it started at a certain time in the afternoon. So I was sure to make him lunch at the right time so he can go down for a nap. And then by the time he gets up, we can go. The night before, I had only gotten 3 or 4 hours of sleep just from thinking too much, when your mind is just going and just doesn't stop. I literally kept telling myself to stop thinking and go to sleep, but it was not working. I said I would nap when he naps the day after, but of course I did not, and I ended up watching a movie called The Rip on Netflix with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. I don't know about y'all, but I like the movies that Ben Affleck produces and the movies that he is in. When I was younger, I really didn't understand the hype around him as an actor. But of course, as I got older, I really like the movies that he's in. And I guess it just sticks out to me because, like I said, I didn't really think anything of him or his movies when I was younger. I'm in a different outfit here. This was the same day. I was actually able to work out this day, but yeah, all this laundry was done in the same day. I probably changed 2 or 3 times because after I work out, I like to shower and not stay in sweaty clothes. So you'll probably see me change one more time. And yeah, we're just trying to get back to it, be more active, be more healthy. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I watched that movie and I didn't know that Stephen Yeun was in it from The Walking Dead. So it's still kind of weird to me seeing him in other shows or movies other than The Walking Dead, just because he was in it for a long time and it's hard to see him as anyone else but Glenn. But it was good. He did good. I wanted to look into the story more from the movie because at the beginning of it, it does say based on a true story or true events, one of those things. So I do want to look into that and see if I had heard of it already when it happened or what. Most likely, I probably did not, but I'm just curious. This oversized shirt I'm wearing, I got it from Old Navy. I ordered it online using my super cash. I have t-shirts, but I wanted a couple of new ones, so I got this one and the pink one you saw me wearing earlier in the video. I got a size medium because that's been the size I am in their clothes. But with this, I know the style is oversized and it's supposed to be oversized, but honestly, I think I could have gotten a small in this. But I didn't feel like going to the store to exchange it and try on a small to see if the small would even fit better. Usually I'm the first one to go and return or exchange something that I order online if I don't like the way it looks or fits, but this time I just did not want to. I will say though, I'll probably just stick to wearing these at home because of how big they are, because I really look too comfortable and casual in it to wear out in public. But I had bought the pink one so I can wear for Easter, which is not usually me for Easter. I grew up wearing the dresses, the hats, and getting all dressed up. So I still like to look nice or even just wear a cute little sundress, but I decided I wanted to go very casual this year, but the t-shirt was just too big, so I ended up wearing jeans and a pink tank top. So yeah, I may rebuy these in a small because you can get these for really cheap with coupons and the sales that they have. Now moving on to the kitchen, I'm gonna get these dishes washed and put away some dishes that did not get put up either this morning or last night. I cannot remember. All I know is they were dry, and I do not like when dishes air dry in the dishwasher and I put wet dishes on top or over them, because then they get wet all over again and I have to leave them in the dishwasher again until they air dry. So, speaking of Easter, I wanted to do a video putting together my kids' baskets, but I was still buying a couple things up until 2 days before, so there was just no time. I feel like I could have done better with my oldest son's basket, but it is what it is. I am sure he is grateful for what he got, but he's just not at that easy age my youngest is. And by easy, I mean just kind of excited about anything and everything. And if it's new, and it can be from Dollar Tree, and he will not care. But it's not because my oldest is a certain way. I think it's literally just the age that they are both at. I always try to stop at Ross when I have an extra 20 minutes to spare after dropping my kids off. I found these kitchen towels. I thought they were such a cute color. I don't like to buy stuff unless I absolutely need it, and I've actually found myself needing some extra large towels to dry fruit after I wash it. And then these are the frames that I bought to replace a broken one. I had to buy two because the frame that was broken held two pictures, and I couldn't find anything similar to this at Ross, so I just bought the two. And here's the frame that was broken. It is so old, so it was kind of overdue to be replaced. But like I said, I couldn't find one similar at Ross. One picture is a selfie of me, Mike, and my oldest when he was little at the park. And the other is a picture of my oldest and I believe, Red Rock Canyon in Vegas. So I don't know. For some reason, I wanted to frame these back then, so they will stay framed. I am just going balls to the wall and scraping these price stickers off as best I can before having to call in for reinforcements, because we all know these can be pretty tricky to get off. In the past, I have used that hair dryer hack. You get your hair dryer and the heat from the air kind of loosens up the stickiness, and then the sticker comes right off. But I did not feel like doing that this day. I didn't feel like getting the hair dryer out. Instead, I'm just scraping off what I can, and you'll see me use a cotton ball with alcohol to clean up the gunky, gooey, sticky stuff that gets left behind after you scrape the sticker off. Don't get me wrong, sometimes these stickers come right off, clean, no mess, but These were kind of in the middle. They weren't too bad, but then they didn't come off completely clean. I was so glad to get these frames replaced because we were hosting Easter and you want everything to look in order and nice and just in place in your house when you're going to have guests over. I am always saying I'm going to get stuff done or decorated before the next get together we have at the house, and I never do. So I am glad I was able to at least get this done. I have a big niche on our stair landing that has just been sitting empty. I need to fill that up. And then I have known that I want to put pictures on the wall going upstairs. But I was coming downstairs yesterday and I noticed just how big the wall is. And I just said to myself, wow, like I can really fill this wall up with frames, but it's going to take some time and work. But for now, I think that's kind of the idea and the route I want to go there. If you made it this far, thank you so much for being here and for coming along with me to clean and get it all done. I hope this video gave you some motivation and helped in some way, and I hope you have a great day, night, week, weekend, or whenever you're watching this. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe. I will see you next time.